Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game, Soin versus Romantic. This game taking place here on Autumn Leaves 2.0. Romantic spawning as the yellow human player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have Soin spawning as the blue orc. Orc versus human in a 1v1 matchup, and well, I am liking Autumn Leaves more and more as players are finding better ways and different strategies to play on them or play on this particular map. It feels like in years past or 2 years ago, everyone just tried to kind of fast expand into this location here, and you kind of had this like war between one river off between this open space to try and just fight back and forth. And that's what it felt like for quite some time. We're actually looking at different styles of play and different strategies now. So we'll see what comes of that a little bit later. Oh, I never really realized, like, you can see like the little waves all happening here. It's all pushing, coming and going. Then as soon as you turn off the fog of war, it looks a little different until it all disappears. Anyways, yes, I am as good as I can be. Allergies are really tough this season. Woke up in the middle of the night like sneezing up a storm. Yeah, yeah, just California rain, suddenly super bloom, and I'm reminded that according to a doctor, I'm allergic to all types of grass. So I'm sure this May and June is going to be well, take my allergy medicine. Simple as that. Coming back around, it is going to be a Blade Master going up against an Archmage. Now, no surprises here in terms of overall hero choices. The surprises will be what these players try to do with their heroes. All right, just trying to figure out what you do with your heroes. Are you going to try and quickly get to level 2 with that Archmage? Is the Blade Master just going to try and pick up some items, named that Circlet of Nobility early on? For those of you guys who have been following the Warcraft 3 patch notes on the playtest realm, they have removed Circlet of Nobility from the drop table, not from the game. You can still buy your Circlet of Nobility from the interesting enough from the shop, but you cannot pick it up from the drop table any longer. The main reason behind that was because the Circlet of Nobility just seemed a tier or two above what was there originally. So we may be looking at some other items as well. Let's just go ahead and see how the players play, but also the majority of the games recently have been played on maps that have been designed by the Warcraft or W3 champions. So their drop tables are already different as well, and it's almost like the BattleNet drop table is getting more in line with the W3 champions. But W3 champions will most likely still have that Circlet of Nobility since it's been so common and part of the game or the game for so many years. Anyways, Blade Master, if you guys have noticed, has gone for mirror image first in a matchup against human. Not quite sure what this means to have this mirror image early on. The mirror image does give a little bit of experience, also should deal a little bit of damage right there. You can see it is in fact dealing damage. Experience will be given, and I guess it's just a little bit annoying that this mirror image can now actually rack up a little bit of damage here. Also, don't go to Warcraft 3 Reddit unless your allergy is cured. Yeah, no, Warcraft 3 Reddit, having the internet as a place to exchange ideas is absolutely great. The problem is, I don't think the internet knows how to convey ideas that don't coincide and don't align with your own. It's a horrible place for a discussion, a great place for you to tell everyone what you think, but not a great place for you for an actual discussion. Anyways, coming back around here, Blade Master looking to get to level 3, may be able to get very close off of this creep camp. Is going to be able to wake up the creeps in time? No, it is not. There is a critical strike followed by some slope or some damage over time. Venom there, that poison damage over time as I'm not quite sure what did that bit of damage here. All right, in comes the Blade Master. Blade Master continuing to clear out of this Frost Wolf creep camp. Level 3 now on that Blade Master mirror image, as the Water Elemental could try and get in a little bit of splash, quote-unquote, splash damage there. One more shot. Really wanted to see how much experience that mirror image would have given at level to a level 3 Archmage there. Just things to take note of as the game has changed over time. Blade Master wandering around here. We are going into Shadowhunter. Expansion is down on the south side here. So Romantic going for that expansion on the southern side, not taking that forward expansion. Meanwhile, Archmage does sit on a Purity of Vitality and also has a Circuit of Nobility. So he's going to be fairly good on hit points and armor, at least for a little while longer. Archmage drops a Water Elemental, now going after the Orc Burrows here. No reinforced defenses. This could, well, spell some problems, as the Footman could try and take down some of those peons here, as the Blade Master now coming across with dual level 2 mirror image, ready to put in pressure. All right. This is not something I've seen very often. Level 2, level 3 mirror image to try and rack up a bit of damage. And I guess it is a way to deal damage that is actually still a little bit scary overall. Let's see how much damage these guys can really do. There's a 106 critical strike, but as you remember, mirror images don't deal the full damage. It deals a percentage of it. But even then, a percentage of that critical strike could get rather dangerous. Coming back around, there goes a quick hex onto a Footman there. That Footman going to take a couple volleys of those headhunters there. The Footmen do not have, or I don't believe that Footman activated Defend in time, as the Blade Master looking to finish off another, well, a Footman there. I believe the Shadowhunter actually got the shot off, but without, well, no, somehow that Shadowhunter able to get away. I was about to say, without Windwalk, the Blade Master is not able to do a Windwalk push to push that Shadowhunter out of that precarious spot, but that Shadowhunter still able to get that escape done nicely. Shadowhunter finds and quickly hexes down a Footman. Footman will get finished off right there. No clarity potions, just a healing salve onto that Headhunter, as well as that Shadowhunter halfway up to level 2. Meanwhile, though, Romantic behind this is just banking a decent amount, banking a decent amount of gold, 600, 700 in the bank, while teching the tier 2 now. He should be able to, well, train up a couple of units fairly fast. Are we going to see the death of a unit there? Yes, we are. There goes another Footman, not denied, as the Water Elemental is going to try and back away here. Archmage really hasn't gained any additional experience during this time, and meanwhile, it is the Shadowhunter who's getting closer to level 2, and the Blade Master who's trying to knock down the door of this Arcane Vault and put in pressure on this expansion. All right, coming back around, unit's going to continue to, well, pull back here. Oh, never really thought about that. If the Blade Master gets an Orb of Lightning, that will, the Blade Master's auto attack could actually start proccing purges and slowing down enemy units as they are trying to retreat. That purge deals significant, or slows down significantly enough, as we see a quick scroll of speed followed by and a hex right there. Archmage now trying to get away. Is it going to be able to get away? No, it is not. Going to force a scroll of Town Portal instead, and that is going to perhaps buy a little bit of time. Blade Master, Boots of Speed, continuing to try and slice and dice down this Footman. Footman now down to 83 hit points. 1 or 2 more strikes should be enough. Is he going to be able to get there? Well, no Windwalk, can't pass through all of those units, as the Archmage drops a Water Elemental and now going to put pressure back there. Footman going to go ahead and hide inside the base, and with that, an Arcane Vault nearby. You know, a Scroll of Regeneration is on its way. Shadowhunter now sitting at level 2 does have Healing Wave. We are at Fortress, still no reinforced defenses, as the tech to tier 2 is done, with the Mountain King getting trained up and dual Arcane Sanctums. Pretty standard play overall. Meanwhile, well, Orc Burrow, are we looking at, yes, a tiny Great Hall being placed down? We could also be looking at perhaps a Watchtower to be placed down, as well as the Archmage, who simply runs off straight into that, straight into the Blade Master. That's a little bit of a dangerous spot to be in. Meanwhile, the Kodo Beast no longer digesting that Water Elemental. I don't believe, I believe it was more of a timed life thing rather than full digestion. All right. peons ready to work here. Archmage going to drop a water elemental, perhaps try and stop this orc burrow from getting constructed and then preventing a strong hiding place here as we're looking at the Blade Master now going after some additional targets here. Still no Orb of Lightning that we've seen. Meanwhile, coming back around, Shadowhunter does sit at level 3, hasn't chosen a level 2 ability as of yet. There is some, well, damage bouncing around here as we see level 2 healing wave go off. Back off to the north, the water elemental unable to well, Archmage may try and stop this orc burrow for a second time. Blade Master trying to stop this water elemental. It looks like as though it will be, well, canceled once again as it is slowly dropping. Dual critical strikes, not enough to finish off this water elemental just quite yet. All right, Water Elemental finally taken down. Blade Master nearing level 4, going to get to level 2 critical strike here. Meanwhile, Shadowhunter does have Boots of Quoth the Lost. That will most likely be handed off to the Blade Master for even a more additional damage as well. Meanwhile, coming back across on the other side, Healing Ward, Mountain King, clearing out to this Null Overseer Enforcer creep camp. And, well, that's going to be a pretty quick kill here. Wanda mana stealing there. Archmage could try and run back across next to that Healing Ward, drop some Water Elementals. Blade Master going to go quickly after that Healing Ward there, as we could look at a Stormbolt. No Stormbolt coming in from that Mountain King just quite yet. All right, in comes that little engagement. Oh, beautiful timing on that Stormbolt. That was absolutely beautiful. So in dodging a Stormbolt with mirror image and not taking any of the damage whatsoever, as you are invulnerable while you are casting mirror image. Coming back down to the south, Archmage, Mountain King, a little bit of items being exchanged back and forth, Scroll of Regeneration being used there. Archmage may try and, well, pick up something from the shop. Not quite sure why he, well, wanted also the Scroll of Healing. Scroll of Town Portal could have been purchased from his own shop. You know, support your local businesses. Mountain King coming back around here, going to finish off the Sasquatch Forest Troll Berserker Creep Camp. Meanwhile, the Berserkers now going after the Granite Golem there, and we do see Purge now on that Blade Master. So that Blade Master able to get off some Purges. There's a dual level up there, picking up Cloak of Flames, and suddenly the Blade Master has level 2 critical strike with, well, Claws of Attack +5 and Orb of Lightning. The Boots of Quoth the Lost, I would have thought would have been transferred at least for that Ring of Protection, or at least that Claws of Attack +5 as additional armor on the Blade Master would be would be helpful as well. What is unfolding here? Blade Master now looking to retreat back just a little bit more. Archmage now moving on out with a handful of Spellbreakers here. Blade Master is that immolation. I don't believe, actually, I don't think I've ever come across this scenario. A mirror image is supposed to be able to deal some damage with its auto attacks. Does it actually deal damage with its immolation? I don't believe so, but well, that's something we just need to check here. Nope. Actually gaining up some hit points. So nope, not just dealing a little bit of damage there. All right, we are looking at, well, Blizzard now raining down, destroying that orc army. Both sides still fighting their way through. Kodo Beast does have a Spellbreaker on the inside. No, not really that many Thunderclaps so far, as we finally see one go down there, and a Grunt finally getting taken down. Tauren Chieftain does sit at level 1 and does have Stomp, as the Blade Master is now perhaps going to try to go after all of these Spellbreakers. Spellbreakers, however, have good, decent armor against the piercing damage of all of these Berserkers here, as both sides fighting their way through. Blade Master, 183 critical strike, trying to finish off some more units as they're trying to give chase. Mountain King, however, not going to get fit. Well, Mountain King going to get off a Stormbolt onto that Tauren Chieftain. Are we going to see some more, well, Spellbreaker feedback there, as the Stomp is only going to be effective against that Mountain King and nothing else, as the Spellbreakers are immune and everything else is out of range. Coming back around, Mountain King trying to finish off some more units here. Archmage doesn't have that much mana, only has level 1 Brilliance Aura after all this time. There goes another Stormbolt again. Tauren Chieftain could be in a little bit of trouble trying to retreat back away, down to 27 hit points. Mountain King going to find his target as the Archmage gets up to level 4. All right, Blade Master now looking to retreat back here. Berserkers trying to find, well, a way to pick off targets, but with Spellbreakers and their medium armor, they are able to, well, soak up a lot more damage. They also have 600 hit points, and they themselves deal normal damage, thereby, well, dealing bonus damage to these Berserkers. All right. Both sides sitting on 2 bases. Soin setting that 71 over 82 supply. Tauren Chieftain get resurrected fairly fast. Blade Master, Claws of Attack, and well, there's that Boots of Quel'Tha lost. The Circlet of Nobility traded over to that Shadow Hunter instead. So that Blade Master now with what, plus 16 damage, could get up higher with that Kodo Beast nearby. Yeah, plus 25 damage there. So plus 25 damage. Perhaps going to try and go after some more Rogue Wizards here in just a moment. There's that, well, nope, going to go after instead this Granite Golem. All right, a little bit of damage going back and forth. Blade Master Mirror Image scouting back down to the south side here as the Tauren Chieftain makes its way over to gain a little bit of experience, giving Endurance Aura to that Blade Master. Faster attack speed now, or should be faster attack speed now, and picks up also a Helm of Valor. That Blade Master now up to plus 31 damage. And that is absolutely scary. Plus 31 damage on that Blade Master. We should be looking at some strong critical strikes here. Backs down to the south side. We are now going into some flying machines, perhaps to try and keep track of which is the real Blade Master. And with the flying machines introduced to the human army, and well, I guess their introduction, it makes me wonder whether we're going to be looking at level 3 mirror image or level 3 critical strike. Now, key thing to note, hero level advantage does definitely belong to Orc with 3 heroes, 2 of them at level 4, nearing level 5, going up against the Mountain King and Archmage. Archmage, Mountain King, both of them actually have a bit of bloodlust here. Casters are here as well. Where are we going into this engagement? 77 supply compared to 74. Soin doesn't have as much gold in the bank, but then again has more items on his heroes, and with some of those consumable items should be able to come out ahead as well. Potions, Dust of Appearance, all of that getting ready to engage here. And here we are going to go in for a fight. There's that 207 critical strike there. There is a Blizzard, and quickly trying to take down some of those units. Tauren now joining in on the battle. So Tauren with Pulverize, trying to land some Pulverize damage onto these units. By getting Pulverize damage, the Taurens, not the Tauren Chieftain, that Pulverize does normal damage that is normal. By doing so, I believe it racks up more damage against all of those Spellbreakers. The question or problem lies in whether or not the Taurens themselves can actually get into that frontline position. Slow has been cast on those Taurens pretty consistently and effectively, making it difficult for them to actually get to their targets. Blade Master, I don't believe I've actually seen a mirror image proc an Orb of Lightning Purge yet. If you guys have seen one, please let me know, just for me to confirm whether or not Orb of Lightning works on a mirror image and actually procs a little bit of that slow there. Wouldn't that be strange if it did proc that slow? Does that mean if it was like a summoned unit, like a water elemental, that the purge could actually kill it? Never really thought about that. I don't think Orb of Venom works from a mirror image, so I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't work that way. All right, couple of watchtowers now being placed down. Are we going to be looking at a tiny Great Hall here in just a moment? Tauren Chieftain, well, it looks like he has an item slot ready to go. 18 and a half minutes into this game as we are looking at Soin going on into a third base. Main bases only have 2.5 minutes of mining left. We'll see what comes of this here. Couple of watchtowers. Well, with that fortified armor, should be able to hold things off. Mass Spellbreakers with 2/2 upgrades. That may be the defining point, making Romantic's army just that much stronger against Soin's, as there are now mortar teams also getting added in as well. All right, so Knights also getting added in as well. Coming back through, Tauren Chieftain, now the one with that Cloak of Flames. Blade Master getting ready to engage. Invisible Mountain King coming across to the side. I don't see any Sentry Wards or Witch Doctors either, as Romantic does spot out this expansion here. All right, little bit of mining going on. Not yet full saturation, but some peons already getting transferred over. As Soin actually a bit low on a lumber, down to 221. Romantic now breaking up into high upkeep, 85 over 96. He may be able to push with a larger army here if Soin doesn't realize that his opponent's broken into high upkeep yet. All right, lumber definitely an issue for Soen. Perhaps he's going to try to spend more money on items. Meanwhile, Human Army still has a couple of item slots. Could try to go for more scrolls of healing, potions of lesser vulnerability, consumables of that nature. Coming back around, here we are. Here we go. Going to try and engage here. Raiders are joining in on the battle. Blade Master taking in a little bit of feedback damage here. Are we going to see a knight pop on out and only to see it suddenly in trouble? Nope, the knight able to hide behind the wall right there. There in comes a couple of repairs. Torin now backing up again. Torin with a decent movement speed, now able to retreat back. All right, coming back through what is going to go down here. Torin's going to try and engage. Knights are here as well. Mountain King going to perhaps land a Thunderclap Stormbolt, but the Stormbolt was originally aimed at the Blade Master and then stopped. All right, both sides fighting their way through. Torrents are actually pulverizing there, trying to engage against all of these units. Blade Masters, 213 critical strike. And, Berserkers are in the back dealing quite a bit of damage, but there has not been Blizzard onto that backline while they are in that Berserker mode. On top of that, we have a healing ward that Romantics had for quite some time. Torrent Chieftain up to 312 hit points. Needs to try and continue to heal. Perhaps is he going to survive? No, he is not. He had a scroll of healing, but was stunned by the Mountain King and taken down. 82 supply over 100 here, attempting to resurrect that Mountain King. We are getting up some Wind Riders as well. No additional Tauren. Lumber is just perhaps the problem here. Only 2 peons on lumber, even though we have 3 peons on lumber, even though we have multiple bases. Human Army now on the move over Mountain King, Rejuvenation Potion, replenishing those hit points and that mana. Archmage on the move again, 4-4-1, going up against a 5-5, nearly level 3 Tauren Chieftain, who's currently down for the down right now. He is going to get resurrected fairly fast since he is only level 2, as Wind Riders are taking to the skies. All right, Wind Riders here, Blade Master, Headhunters, Tauren Chieftain, Tauren and Torrents are out in play. Mountain King is in position here. Are we going to see a couple of repairs? Yes, we are. Mountain King could lay down a stomp here, or a thunderclap. There it goes. Blade Master finishes off one mortar team there. Both sides still fighting their way through. Blade Master wants to use Mirror Image. There's a healing wave. Unable to use Mirror Image to break that link, as the Torrents are, trying to use that pulverize in that front line spot. Blade Master able to remove mirror images by trying to siphon mana from them quickly, as we're still seeing some big pushes. 94 supply compared to 80, as starting to gain a little bit of an advantage. Headhunters now trying to engage here. Wind Riders trying to go straight after the back as the Shadowhunter falls at level 5. Tauren Chieftain comes in at level 3, gets in a big stomp across a bunch of casters as the Shadowhunter shows up and resurrected, and now uses that potion of mana to try to get in a big heal. Flame Strike now coming online as well. 94 supply compared to 62, as Romantic is being forced to retreat back. Tauren Chieftain with that Cloak of Flames actually racking up more and more damage, as the Archmage now tries to retreat back at 137 hit points. Should get taken down. There is a 2-hit strike from that Blade Master. No even critical strike needed. And beautiful game by Soen. Soen outlasting his opponent and able to come away with the victory here. Archmage was ended up back into a corner, but the constant pivots in tech, absolutely beautiful in this game. Also, looking at that Blade Master pushing across with mirror image the entire time, able to rack up quite a bit of damage. Soen adding in Wind Riders to hit those very, very vulnerable mortar teams. Remember, water elementals were out of the picture since it was retrained to Blizzard. The casters were trying to retreat back but kind of got stuck, so the Wind Riders were able to flank, come in from the side, and just kind of pick things apart. This was a great, great game by Soen over Romantic. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the final scores here. Come on. Yep, final scores here. Yeah, so Soen really coming out on top. I don't know if the hero experience, I think it was 5-5-3 right at the end. I don't know if there's additional experience there, but a beautiful game overall. Let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below.